I'm putting Output's new co-producer head to head with Splice in a battle that could save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in production time. You all know who I am. I'm XJ Will. I've made over $500,000 in sync placement fees. And in today's comparison of workflow, sound quality, and actual value, we will reveal which tool actually delivers the best for indie creators like us. We need to try to make something dope as fast as possible for a brief I just got for 4 figs. Today, I'm gonna try to make a hook with each one, but here's the catch. I can only use additional sounds from each platform while I'm cooking. I'm gonna start with an anchor hook that I've actually made so that the song actually still feels like me, even though we're using these AI tools. Then I'll build the hook out from there. Let's get started first with co-producer. This plugin literally listens to our track and feeds samples to me that match. All I gotta do is drag it onto my main channel, as you see here. Here's my melody, and I drag it in, I make sure the key's on here. So I believe we're in D minor. What samples do I want? I need a distorted 808 pattern. Let's try that. I'm just gonna play this. Let me put in at 72 BPM. I feel like if it's as specific as possible, I'll get something better. Let's see what it finds. Oh, so it does play. Okay, cool, perfect. Co-producer gives you an AI assistant that quickly fills in the blanks while you stay in the zone. If I just, okay, cool. I can just drag it. Let's put that here. I think I can make my wife a producer now. Like, Nike, this is crazy. While Splice gave me options, almost too many options. That's the paradox of choice going on. Like with inspiration like this, that comes like really quick. That's so cool. I would never thought to put that there, but it's just this dope, so I'm gonna try to select this. It can either unlock your creativity in a positive way or completely paralyze it, just because when you find that really dope sample, because you spent a little extra time digging, the trick that our brain plays with us is that if I dig a little more, maybe I'll find something even better. So if you're the type of producer who thrives on variety and happy accidents, Splice is definitely probably your playground. But if you need to stay locked in and actually finish an idea really fast, co-producers might be the move. Just saying. So let's look at the UIs. Output co-producer is super sleek. There's not any distractions. You just record what you already got and go from there. You set the key, you find samples. But it's kind of like also working in a silo because you don't know what you're going to get, and it's recommended based off of other songs. What if you want to go left? Actually know what you're looking for in order to get the right suggestions, which I think can be a plus or a crutch. Whereas with Splice, it's a bit more clunky because you have to have the bridge. It's a pro and a con to be able to download a sample, bring it right over, but it's not transposed the right way. But here's the real question we need to be asking. What do you actually own when you download them? And if you can actually use it the way you want legally. With Splice, you're building a huge collection. Inside their catalog, they have over 130 different genres and 300 instruments to actually pull from. Literally millions of samples. And after you purchase them with your credits or whatever, you own those sounds. It's like driving a fully loaded SUV. You got all the space in the world and you can take it virtually anywhere, anytime. Might take you a little bit longer to park, but it's yours. Now with co-producer, you're moving much faster and working smarter. I don't necessarily think it has as many sounds as Splice because it's not really publicized anywhere, but I know for a fact that it's definitely pulling from arcade from time to time. But in comparison with the SUV, it's like borrowing a high performance sports car. It's super quick off the line, which is great, but as soon as you stop paying that lease for it, someone shows up with a clipboard and they're like, yeah, we're gonna need that back. That really matters if you're building a long-term catalog or working on projects that evolve over time. What about the price? To me, they look pretty narrow as far as the difference. It's basically pay for what you use versus pay for unlimited use. Let's look at how these tools hold up when you take them outside of the DAW and into the real world. So if you're producing solo and just want quick inspiration, co-producer is going to keep you in the zone, so to speak. Also, there's no like community forum, no feedback loop, no real way to collaborate or even share project files inside the platform or outside of your DAW. But if you're trying to build a catalog with others, working with a top liner, or even trying to just finish tracks with friends across the world, Splice gives you that full ecosystem effect, which is super dope. You can share projects, there's version control if you're working inside their Stacks program, which I love using maybe if I get a brief and I'm not at the studio or can sit down and I can actually start coming up with ideas on my phone before I even get to the studio. For me, honestly, the pre-production phase is where all the power happens because you can kind of figure out what ingredients you want before you actually sit down and put them all together, which saves a ton of time and is normally always going to put you at an advantage. So here's the breakdown if you're still on the fence. I'll show you the pros and cons on the screen while you listen to the actual stuff that we made with each tool. two, their workflows are super great until they actually cost you thousands of dollars in sync placements. Most sync reps and music supervisors are very clear when it comes to most briefs. No melodic loops, period. Even if they're royalty free. So if the main hook or progression in your track comes from Splice or a co-producer, your song is more likely to get rejected before it even gets heard. Brands want full control and they can't risk the same loop showing up in 5 other shows or trailers. So in this video, we break down which loops you can use for sync and which that could actually ruin your whole career.